And really what makes us feel stuck is when we're dealing with something that we don't think we're supposed to be dealing with. I'm not supposed to be in Chicago. I can't enjoy it because I didn't schedule it. I can't embrace it because I didn't foresee it. I can't deal with it because I've never done it. Just to see if I heard from God. Is anybody doing something that you've never done before and is scary for you right now? Pray for the people that don't have their hands up. Because they're in the most dangerous situation of all, one that doesn't take faith. And when you stop being stretched, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, you start dying. Complete this sentence, okay? If you know it. If you don't, it's no shame. You may not have ever heard this before, but there's a saying in church, where God guides. You said about 3 different things, but one thing I heard, let's try it again. Where God guides, He provides. Now that rhymes, but God guides some places. Oh, I should tell you this. God provides even where He doesn't guide. I want to straighten out this little Dr. Seuss hickory dickory dock, the mouse went up the clock theology that we just say stuff. Ask Elijah if God provides even where He doesn't guide. Because one time he ran from Jezebel, right? This is a woman who wanted to kill him, and she couldn't kill him, but he was very tired of fighting. And he ran not only just to get away from her, but to get away from his calling. And guess what God did? Fed him. Fed him as he fled from God. God will take care of you even when you don't acknowledge Him. I know that's scandalous grace, but if the only time that God fed you is when you deserve to be fed, you would starve. I got news for you. We're not that holy as we think we are. We're not that deserving as we think we are. We're not that perfect. The only reason I have a seat at the table is because He made it by grace. So let me give you a new one. Where God guides, He provides. How about this one? How about this? Where God guides, Pharaoh follows. It doesn't rhyme, does it? It's got good alliteration, though. Did you catch it? Where God guides, Pharaoh follows. Oh no, don't let them get away. You can't let them loose. Because if they get free, truly free, if they get out of here, all the way out of here. Now here's the obstacle that they've got to go through. They're at a sticking point. Not only is Pharaoh following them, but the Red Sea is in front of them. And that gave me a picture, not of the physical things, but sometimes the emotional things, the spiritual things, the memories, the trauma, the pain, the habits, the things that we can't get over. And now everybody is disturbed because everybody is full of doubt because I've never done this before. And they're yelling at Moses, and Moses is yelling at them because they've never been this way before, and neither has he. All the parents shout if you know that your kids need to be patient because this is my first rodeo. And now the trauma has triggered a sense of panic in the camp, and they're at the sticking point. I wonder what yours is. Like when I'm writing a sermon, usually right before I go to deliver it, it will all just go real fuzzy. I can't really describe it to you, but it's like, okay, everybody 40 and over, this one's for us. I'm only 39 right now, but I'm wise beyond my years. You remember when the antennas wouldn't pick up the channel all the way? And it's kind of there, but not really. It's like flickering across the screen. Remember that? Before you had HD TV, broadband, yeah. When you used to steal the HBO off the neighbor's antenna. Before you got saved. When you were in Egypt, in the bondage of your sin. And it would be fuzzy, but you could see it. It happens every time I go to deliver the word. Now, I used to, and this is kind of a sequel to what I preached to you last time. I said I caught a thought. But then I lost a thought. I think, okay, this is good, the sticking point. I'm gonna tell them about the sticking point. Have you ever been stuck? And I've been going through it in my mind. But then I see all this stuff in the scripture, and it'll be too much. It'll overheat in my brain or something like that. I don't know, I'm just trying to describe it to you. It's a sticking point. And I'll be like, okay, so Moses is at the Red Sea. Do I need to tell about Pharaoh? Do I need to tell about how God led them around the long way? Because if they face war, they might change their mind. So he sent them through the wilderness, because sometimes God knows you're not ready for something, so he takes you around the long way so he can get you prepared, because he knows if you fight right now, you're gonna give up and die. So he has to take you to a place you never wanted to go, so he can get you through somewhere, because sometimes what we see as a detour in our life is actually part of God's grand design. Should I tell them that? Or is it going to take too long? Because that might be too much information. Or should I go all the way back and tell them why they were even in Egypt in the first place? Because Joseph had to go there because he had to provide for them in a famine. And sometimes the place that we go when we're hungry ends up keeping us trapped. If we don't stay there, we get there hungry, we got to get out. And then they cried to the Lord, and they had bricks without straw, and they were crying about it. And the enemy will always keep you in a situation where you have too much demand and you have too much requirement, but not enough resource. And that's what Pharaoh was doing. That's why they cried out to the Lord. And when they got stuck and they were like, we don't have any straw, and God was like, I'm going to come down and do something about that, because you are my child. And where should I start this sermon? And it's like, it's too much, so I want to take a nap. I get stuck. I don't know. Look at your schedule for the week. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. I need to get another job to pay off these bills, but I also need to exercise because my energy is, something like that. But we all hit sticking points in every process. We mentioned working out. I hit a sticking point working out. There certain parts of everything you love that you hate, right? That's the premise. The only thing I don't like about working out is like starting and lifting and recovery. But other than those parts of the process, I like everything else, but just those three. But you know what helps? I found out this helps. If you want to get stronger physically, you need a spotter. Now, a good spotter, and I promise you I'm going to bring this right back to Moses in a moment. A good spotter doesn't do the work for you. A good spotter, because if I'm trying to bench press a lot of weight, how much you bench, P-Wag? 405. If I'm trying to bench 405 for 12 reps like P-Wag, I don't need you to curl it off of me. We're not trying to work your biceps. We're trying to work my pectoral muscle so I can look like P-Wag, right? So I don't need you to do all of it, but there's going to be a point when I get tired, a sticking point. And what I need from a spotter and what I really need from God, I don't need him to do what I can do. I need him to get me past the point. And some of you are there right now. It's like, God, I don't have the wisdom for this. I don't have the experience for this. I don't have the knowledge for this. I don't have the energy for this. You're at the sticking point. But when God is your spotter, where are you at, LJ? When God stands over your life, when God stands over your job, when God stands over your family, when God stands over your situation, when God stands over your anxiety, he said, I'll take the weight. If you give me the glory, I'll do what you can. I need everybody who almost collapsed, but God spotted you, to give him 15 seconds of praise for it. 14, 13, 12. If you ever felt like life was going to crush you, but the Holy Spirit stepped in and said, no. God is standing over your life. God is standing over your marriage. God is standing over your loneliness. God is my spotter. Shove somebody and say, God is my spotter. I got this. With the help of my God, I'll get stronger. So I'm at the sticking point. I didn't know that I would be here. I wasn't supposed to be here. I didn't know Pharaoh was going to come. He said we could go. We reached a negotiation. Okay. Negotiation 101. Man, we're doing everything today, aren't we? We did workout techniques. Now we're doing negotiation. Okay. If somebody doesn't let it go easy, that means it's valuable. You don't even know what I just said. If the devil keeps trying to pull you back, guess what that means about you? If he doesn't let you go easily, I thought you'd shout about that. I'm worth something because Christ died for me. I'm worth something because he didn't give up on me. I'm worth something because even in the valley of the shadow of death, his rod and staff. Hey, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a single video or live stream. And share this video with a friend. And don't forget, you can join me live every Sunday. Thanks again for watching.